here this week with Eureka men's and women's soccer head coach Dwain Barker. Dwain, thank you for sitting down with us today.
Thanks for having me.
So first of all, my first question for you, originally from St. Andrews, Barbados?
St. John.
St. John.
Yeah.
How did you find your way to the middle of America?
It actually happened very randomly. Well, I mean, we had what we call kind of like a soccer seminar where a couple coaches would come over in order to give scholarships to some of the athletes back in Barbados, and that was kind of my entryway, like having a few coaches being interested in me in playing and stuff like that. So eventually I did find my way over here. I played at ICC and then transferred over.
They had a good thing going.
So that was kind of the way. So everyone keeps asking me, like, why did you come to the West? Back home, it gets a perception as going to America. You have no idea like where you're at. Everyone thinks you're going to New York.
Right.
They're just looking at one place, but it's actually a massive place, as you already know.
Yeah.
But I love it. As far as the different weather that we have. Seeing snow was very interesting.
I'm sure.
For the first time. Yeah.
So now you've been here at Eureka since 2014. Is that correct? A couple of years.
Yeah. 14. Yes.
So what do you like best about being here on campus?
Honestly, I like the family. It has that family atmosphere. It's laid back but still competitive. Our coaches, they compete against each other in almost everything. But it's that friendly competition, But everyone that willingness to help. Everyone has that extra part where they're willing to help everyone out, no matter, even though you're competing against each other for records or whatever. They're still willing to put their pride aside and help you out.
Yeah. Now you're a men's and women's head coach.
Yes.
What are some of the difficulties in having two teams during the same season?
Time. Time.
How do you balance that?
With good assistant coaches, honestly. I try to work my program in a unique way where not to injure the players, but also try to help them out, because both men and women can learn stuff from each other, whether we're doing technical or tactical. So if you're doing a technical session, they'll have the opportunity to either work with their same gender or work someone opposite gender. And then anything that's contact, then we make sure that they go to respective teams, and to avoid the situation. Not necessarily that a guy will hurt a girl, well, probably a girl will hurt a guy.
Right.
And that is they're so competitive that there's that possibility happening. So I don't want that kind of on my conscience. But just doing that and then having, I guess we have those non-conference games. That's where it becomes competitive, because then, or not competitive, it becomes an issue because you don't have schools always have girls team or guys team.
Right.
But it's just working our schedule out and find those teams that on the same level or close to the same level to play.
Along those same lines, are there any kind of benefits that you get out of coaching the two teams?
I do. Honestly, personalities. I think that's the biggest thing, and then observing behaviors. They're so similar but so different in the same way. On a given day, either team can be great to deal with, and then still could be quite challenging. I made a comparison before. It's like, what? You guys remind me of my son. He's very adorable, and then he would do something really upset me, and then in 2 seconds, then I can't get mad at him. I gotta get so that's the best comparison I can actually make. Honestly, they're very competitive in their actions, but then as mature adults, they can still slip up here and there.
What kind of coaching style do you have, and do you have to change it depending on which team you're coaching?
Honestly, I don't. I have a more. I was told I have a quiet but stern voice when I'm having a conversation. I don't like to berate players. I'm not going to shout at a player. I will shout instructions across the field. I give the players opportunity to learn from themselves, but they want guidance. Usually they will come to me like, Coach, hey, where do I need to improve, this and that. So I see myself more as trying to control the pieces. I love structure. So from our warm-up all the way to our cool-down and training session, it must be structured. I tell them that if you're training on the field, and if I'm not there, anyone that's passing should see that's a college team, and not just people out there just playing soccer. We just kind of pick up. So being unique in our structure, I think is a strong point for us. Well, what we're trying to do here.
Right. You had some good success last fall, especially with the men's team, a couple newcomers coming on.
Yeah.
How do you define success, whether it's on the field or off the field?
That's a very good question. I try not to define the success based off of this analysis. It comes down to personal achievements. So before we start the season, I have every player, they write 3 goals. 3 goals for training session and 3 goals for that they would like to see in a game situation. Obviously, it goes off of the position. So improving the player and player development for me is successful. Having the player come in here their first year and be at, let's say, top level is 10 and they're coming in at level 2, and in 4 years they're leaving at a 2, I failed. That's not successful. Whether or not they get wins or losses, even we could won championships and championships, if one player has not progressed, I failed. So I see success is for each individual progressing and developing. So that means graduating for sure. They have to make sure they go into classes. We have academic support throughout our campus, which is great. When we travel, they have to make sure they're studying for that first hour of travel. So academics is very important. Graduating your degree, making sure that when you graduate from college, that you develop as a player as well, in case you want to go into coaching or you still want to continue to play. So not necessarily on the wins or losses, but on that overall goal center. So,
Is there anything in particular that you think is vital to having success towards improving yourself? Is there anything you try and instill in your players, or is it each person unique?
For overall, I say there's one thing you have control over, especially during the game, is the intensity. You have that option. You can choose to have more intensity or less intensity. So bringing that in or instilling that into actual game setting and into your academics as well. I think will give them the opportunity to achieve success. And everyone has a different perception of what success is, obviously. But I think that overall setting, everyone's on the same page, you get good results. So not being selfish and not just being too prideful in your own ways. I want to score the most goals here and this and that. I think we have a good blend where players weren't envious of each other. And we started off with we had an okay season. That's what I consider an okay season.
All right. Well, thank you for sitting down with us today, Coach Barker.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.